25th Kolkata International Film Festival.
Ladies and gentlemen, our most distinguished members of the audience, we welcome you all to the closing ceremony of the 25th edition of the Kolkata International Film Festival. 1 week has gone by in a flash, and yet it has generated myriad memories for all participants and stakeholders of cinema. The 25th year, the magic milestone of 25 has been reached, and it goes without saying that this indeed has been a very special edition of the festival. As we all know that the great thespian Amitabh Bachchan ji is one of the greatest supporters of this festival, one of our greatest inspirations. Due to health issues, unfortunately, he could not attend this year's opening ceremony. But such is the level of his commitment to this festival that he has sent us a recorded speech. We are privileged indeed, ladies and gentlemen, to commence the closing ceremony with the words of the one and only Amitabh Bachchan.
Namaskar, this is Amitabh Bachchan. On the 8th of November 2019 was the inauguration of KIF in one of my most favorite cities, Kolkata, at the kind invitation of Chief Minister Mamta Di. Unfortunately, due to certain circumstances, I was unable to be there. But since I had prepared a speech, I thought it only apt to read it out to you and hope that you will forgive me for my absence. Mananiya Mukhyamantri Mamta Di, respected members, colleagues on the dais, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pranam, namaskar. Especially a special namaskar to all the people of Kolkata for their continued love and affection and for their renowned welcome passion. Thank you. This passion is unmatched anywhere in the world. So I want to say again to you, Onek Dhanyavad. Thank you, Mamta Di, for your persistence in inviting me to this prestigious Kolkata International Film Festival, yet again. And my wishes and greetings to you and the film fraternity on the Silver Jubilee celebration of KIF. For Jaya and me, coming to this wonderful city has always been like the proverbial homecoming. Kolkata gave me my first ever job in the corporate world and gave Jaya her first film career beginning when she worked in Manikda's memorable Mahanagar. A film that, in retrospect, has been applauded for its feminist theme, an aspect which, along with other sentiments, has truly reflected the secular spirit of India, inclusiveness, plurality, and equality. Every time I get invited by Mamta Di, I am reminded of a Bengali nursery rhyme that I have adapted to suit my need today. So instead of one's maternal uncle's residence, I have replaced it with a sister's welcoming home. Tai, didir badi jai, didir badi bhari moja, kil chor nai. During my past visits to KIF, we have spoken about the somewhat unknown creative contributions to cinema from Bengal. But I feel today there is a need to speak of two other most essential aspects. The role of cinema in the ever-growing digital space and the memorable contribution of several early women forerunners in the areas of production, direction, music composition, playback singing, and, believe it or not, even complicated stunts. As audience tastes rapidly move towards fresh digital content and online streaming, it would be most worthy to reflect on the core fact that films were primarily made for entertainment, drawing large audiences to the big screen. So, what does the future hold? With the allure of cinema, watched in movie halls, soon to be nostalgic memory triggered by the smell of butter in the popcorn, will big studios gobble each other up? Will smaller movies struggle to survive and big brand titles tank at the box office? Digital platforms like Netflix and Amazon are revolutionizing the way people watch films, and several other streaming services are now available in India. So what happens next? Can classics like Gone with the Wind or Mughal-e-Azam be watched on the small screen with the same excitement that had originally made them blockbusters? Can the magic of Satyajit Ray's trilogy or his classic Jalasagar be captured with the same amount of sensitivity on a small laptop or on a mobile phone? What of David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia? Can its magnificent panorama, outstandingly shot, be confined to limited digital space? And what of the women? Films, ladies and gentlemen, have a global history that has evolved over decades, and women have contributed significantly both in front of the screen and behind it. Yet, in our country, their entry in the initial days was heavily condemned. Raja Harish Chand, India's first full-length feature film, which released in 1913, placed several challenges before its director, the legendary Dada Saheb Phalke. The biggest being the search for a female lead. Of course, no so-called respectable women or woman agreed to work in what was then considered to be a dubious profession, an infra dig. Eventually, of course, he had to make do with a male actor. So as a result, most incongruously, India's first heroine was not a woman, but a man in drag. However, today when we talk of Indian film heroines, instantly several iconic images of silver screen goddesses come to mind. But here's a fact that not many may be aware of. The tradition of women working as much in front of the camera as behind the scenes goes way back to the silent era. Fatima Begum was the first woman to break the male barrier and establish herself as a top-notch actor, writer, producer, and a director. In 1926, she started her own production company. Her production house was called Fatma Films, which was later renamed Victoria Fatma Films, and in a sense paving the way for other women to make their mark. Then there was Gohar, not to be confused with Gohar Jan of Calcutta, the high-flying courtesan with Armenian origins. This Gohar Qayyum Mamajiwala was a major star of the silent era, popularly known as Glorious Gohar. She started her career at the age of 16. And then with Jagdish Pasta, Chandulal Shah, Raja Sando, and cameraman Pandurang Nayak, started the Sri Sound Studios. Later in 1920,